Jen with Dream Dental Implant Center, and this is Dr. Brian Hendriks. What sparked your interest in dentistry?
The first time that I thought about becoming a dentist was actually when I was serving in an LDS mission. I was in a location in Portugal, and I met a dentist there, and there was one day he invited us into his office. And I guess for the first time in my life, I thought, I wonder if I would want to be a dentist. So he was the first dentist that I liked that maybe planted a seed. Further down the road, once I got back from a mission, I had a dentist, my local dentist, I was sitting in a chair, and he was looking at me and he says, hey Brian, would you like me to fill in your gap? And I was like, what?
Were you aware that you had a gap?
Oh, I had I was born with a big gap. I had it's called a diastema in dentistry. So he said, well, if you have a couple extra hours, we'll go ahead and do this right now. And I was like, wow. So literally, he sat down and in 2 hours, he built this restoration that filled in those gaps. For me, like, it changed the way I looked at myself immediately. That was where the seed was planted. And so after a week, I literally switched everything. I took the DAT, applied for dental school, and the rest is history.
Wow. When did you first hear the term dental implants or All-on-4 and really know what that was?
So I never actually heard about All-on-4. I heard about implants. It was, again, my Uncle Travis. I have to give credit for him.
Thank you, Uncle Travis.
Yes, Travis, thank you. He's actually my best friend. He said, Brian, you should come to this class on one of your breaks. And I flew to Heber City, Utah, and I experienced an implant course as a dental student. And yes, I fell in love like I fell in love with my wife, because to me it was something that, again, impact-wise, dental implants impact people so much more than just a filling, a crown, or a root canal. And so yeah, I fell in love with it. That was the first time, yeah.
You went to dental school and then you shifted focus to All-on-4 Dental Implants, like all in. So what made you want to shift that? Because that's kind of a big shift. A lot of dental offices offer everything, including dental implants, but you really are an expert in that field. So what made you want to be the best at that?
If you always knew what the end was going to be, it would be great. Sometimes it's just, you have to just trust that life's going to take you in the right direction. I applied for a residency out of dental school, and a private residency, and originally I actually got rejected. And they said, oh, we're not going to take someone this year. And I literally wrote a letter and said, no, you don't understand how awesome I am. I will make your life so much better. I promise I will mop your floors. I will make you lunch, but please accept me. And he did. He accepted me, and I was very lucky. It's one of those things where I felt like I was being guided in my life. I actually began a practice, and originally I actually wasn't doing All-on-4. I was doing single implants and I was doing snap-in dentures, because I really hadn't convinced myself that All-on-4 implants was the way to go. And so I took one course and I said, okay, I'm gonna go experience and see what it was like. All the problems that I saw with regular implants and snap-in dentures were solved with All-on-4. I went all in, and I went all over the world to be the very best, because I'm so impassioned by it. I think it's not for every single person, but for many people, denture wearers, people who have a lot of broken teeth, this is the best solution.
So you've traveled to all these places, you've seen dental offices there, you've trained all over the world. What makes Dream Dental unique compared to those places?
Most dentists try to do everything. They try to be the best at root canals, they try to be the best at fillings and crowns, they do orthodontics. It's hard to get really good at something if you don't do it every day and you're not in love with it. If you're around something all the time and you're in love with it, and then you begin to teach it, that's when you get really good. So what makes Dream Dental different is that we don't do fillings, we don't do crowns, even though we could, and maybe financially it would make sense to do that. We focus on just implants, and within implants, 95% of our practice is just All-on-4.
So say my mother-in-law was in a denture and she loves her dentist, she's scared of the dentist, she's only seen hers for her whole life. What would you say that would make her want to come to you versus this person that she trusts to be all up in her face and in your mouth? It's a very intrusive job that you do.
Good intentions don't equate to good dentistry. Meaning that you could have a very well-intentioned doctor that says that they could handle this case, but if it's only their first, second, third, or even 50th case, they may not be qualified to be able to provide the right treatment. And it's not because they're not good. They just don't have the experience. On top of that, not only do we have the experience here, but we have all the equipment to make it so much easier. We have an in-house lab. It makes it so that we can provide the full gamut, meaning that I can control the surgery, the restoration, the actual lab work. We can do it all here. And I mean, that's the thing, is that this office was literally designed for this one treatment.
5 years, 10 years down the line, if you had your practice however you wanted, like say you had unlimited amount of funds, you could go wherever, like where would you see yourself then and Dream Dental?
I hope that I have found a way to provide even more care to more people. I am a dreamer because I believe that I can change the world, one person at a time, and then maybe 2, 3, and maybe hundreds. I love for Dream Dental to get to a point where we have enough that we can do more work for veterans, cater to people that have been in relationships where they've been abused. I would love to have a pediatric clinic for kids that have been brought up in families that are just horrible and they don't have work. It's just, so yeah, 5, 10 years, however long it takes, I hope that I'm in a place where I can do more for people, because I do care.
Well, I think that that's a very admirable dream, and I think that Dream Dental is the perfect name for your company. So
Dental.
Thank you for taking the
Thanks for
time
the
out
cry,
of your day.
Jen.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Oh,
taking
man.
the time out of your busy schedule.
You're welcome.
And I'm sure the listeners and watchers would love to hear more about you.
Thank you.